compound and double angles. Already, at a glance, the denominator, somehow it requires application of compound angle. Okay, but at this stage, I'm not sure which one, but I know that cos minus 8 is cos 8, right? Which means it's likely to be, there's a plus there, it's going to be number 1, which I'm going to use for the denominator. I'm going to use number 1. For the numerator, I know that sine 150 is a half. You should know, if you practice a lot, you should know. Sine 150 a half, you don't need a calculator for that, right? Then, this cos squared 204 is going to give me a positive answer. So, I'm going to write it as 2 cos squared 204 is the same as 180 plus 24 degrees. So, that will be 2 cos squared 24 degrees minus 2 times. Now, at this stage, you can write, just to get marks there, full marks, 2 sine 30. Okay? We are reducing the obtuse angle to an acute angle. Then we need to reduce this to probably an acute angle. So that will be cos 40 degrees. That one there. This one here is going to be cos 8 degrees. Plus, here, sine 220 is 180 plus 40, so that will be sine 40 degrees. Then, for ratios, cos 82, you convert it to sine. That's sine 8 degrees. Okay? Now I'm smiling because the denominator, it looks like the right-hand side of number 1. Okay? There's no guessing. You don't guess this. Okay? Then, and also, as you can see, this 24 here. What?
Negative sign.
Right? Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. This is supposed to be minus. So if it's a minus, then that will be number 2. Okay? If that's my number 2. Alright, so from here I'll get 2 cos squared 24 degrees. Now, 2 times sine 30, because of wanting you to get full marks, you have to show that half. Okay? Because remember, a question like this, we have lots of marks. And you cannot afford to lose any mark. Then, denominator, we've got cos and cos, there's a minus. So that will be cos 40 degrees plus 8 degrees. Application of what? Compound angles. Then, you end up getting 2 cos squared 24 degrees minus 1 over cos 48 degrees. You should be smiling. This is the double angle here for cos, which is that one there. So this theta is like the 24 there. You take the 24 to the left, you multiply it by 2. Okay? So you end up getting cos 48 divided by, you have to write it down, please. You have to write down every step. Don't do anything in the head because it may be allocated a mark. Okay, so you must show that, okay, you know that 2 cos squared 24 minus 1 is equal to cos 48, which is a double angle. Then your final answer here is going to be the 1. Okay, just to let you know in terms of mark allocation, you can have 1 here, 1 there, right? Another 1 there, then co-ratios, okay? There should be a mark here, a mark there, a mark there. You have a lot of marks, especially like this. Plenty of marks. Okay, it will be a harvest. Okay, you'll be harvesting here. Then you've got that, and when that can be given a mark, also this cos 48 is obviously the answer. This one here might not given. So a question like this could have, okay, I would allocate a maximum of 10. If I don't allocate maximum of 10, maybe 8 or 7, something like that. So it will be a harvest. Okay. And usually, a question on reductions. Remember, trig contributes 50 marks to your paper 2. Reduction only, it will be between 5 and 10 marks. So it will be at least 10% of all the trig questions. So if you know how to reduce angles, how to apply all the concepts from grade 11 and 12, you will harvest marks. And you will be smiling. You come out of the paper smiling, whilst others are sad, you'll be smiling. Okay, let's move on. But that can only happen if you know your stuff. If you want to do the question, there are some things that you have to see. At least you should get some of the marks. Even if you don't get all the marks, but you get most of the marks.
What's the mark allocation towards the question?
Okay, let's do it, then I can see where you're going to allocate. Right? Cos 204, you reduce that. That will be minus cos 24 degrees. Right? Then tan 315, that will be equal to positive tan 45. Okay? Then here, that will be minus 2 cos 24.
I think
Which one?
-10.
Oh yeah, the negative. So that's a negative tan, right? So that will be a minus because this is negative. Then that one becomes sine squared. Now it's positive. Sine squared 12 degrees. It's positive because of the square. Remember I said whenever you see the square, you get a positive answer. Right? This is all over. The denominator, that will be sine squared 5 degrees. Because there is a square there. Right? Plus. Now, this one here, sine squared 85, I would suggest you convert it to cos. Okay? But using co-ratios. Okay? Because of the angle. So I can write this as cos squared 5 degrees. Okay? Then minus sine squared 24 degrees. Right? Now I'm smiling. These two will give me what? 1. Then I'll move on to my numerator. So minus and minus, I'll get cos 24. Then I'll convert, okay, tan 45 is a 1. Okay, so that will be times 1. Then here, I'll have minus 2 cos 24 times sine squared 12 degrees. This is all over 1 minus sine squared 24 degrees. Okay, I'm smiling a little bit. So I've got a common factor here. This is a common factor. Do you agree with me then? Do you see that? Yeah, remember I told you these questions require factorization. So if I take out my common factor, that will be cos 24 degrees times 1 minus 2 sine squared 12 degrees. I'm smiling now because everything is coming out. Then the denominator, I can convert that to cos. Okay? Why am I doing that? Because I want the cos squared 24 degrees, one of those two cos 24s to cancel with the common factor. So I'll have cos squared 24 degrees. Okay? I'm smiling. This is interesting. Right? So from here, are you following? Some of you ask questions. If you are not sure about something, ask. Do you have a question? Where? Okay, this one here, I'm going to convert it. Don't worry, I will convert it. For now, I just took out a common factor. No. No, it's 1 minus sine squared 24. There is no 2, so it's grade 11. Right? Then, the cos 24, I'm going to rewrite this so that you can see. But I'm going to convert the 1 minus 2 sine. You see this? The 1 minus 2 sine squared 12 degrees. It's like this. So we have 12 degrees here. If you take it to the right, you multiply it by what? By 2. And you get your double angle, which will be 24. So that will be cos times cos 24 degrees divided by cos squared 24 degrees. Everything is coming out here. And obviously your numerator, that will give you cos squared 24 over cos squared 24. answer 1. Okay? Then, if you are not 100% confident with your answer, you take your calculator, you put the original question in your calculator to check your answer before you come out of that exam or test, so that you know whether you got it right or not before marking has been done. But you might waste time too, so you have to be very careful. But you can verify if the answer is correct. Right? But just to let you know, in terms of mark allocation, this question will have lots of marks. Right? So reduction there, reduction, reduction, reduction. You should get all that. You will be harvesting all that. Negative angles, co-ratios, okay? Then special angles, knowing that tan 45 is a 1, okay? Common factor here, and then grade 11 identity, okay? Grade 11 identity, then double angle for cos. This step here, no mark. Okay, give a mark there. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That could be the maximum. Or you might have 8 marks or 7, but definitely more than 5. So it will have lots of marks. Which one? Yeah, that's why I said 10. I said 10. 2. Let's take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. So at average around 10, 9, somewhere there. Okay, so it will be a harvest. Now, the reduction questions, the reduction part, you should harvest all those marks.
So you can actually get like 6 marks.
The first 6 you can get them right. You send this one too. If you're able to get that, then you move on. Okay, so the bell is about to ring. So that this 190 is in the third quadrant, so that's cos 4 degrees. So cos 10 degrees. The power 4 there. Then that one will be minus sine 4. Then you put 10 degrees. Let me 10 degrees like that. All over. The denominator, cos 55 remains as cos 55. Then cos 325, that will be cos 35 degrees. Right? Now, here it gets interesting now. The numerator is a difference of 2 squares. So, it will be cos squared 10 degrees plus sine squared 10 degrees times cos squared 10 degrees minus sine squared 10 degrees. Right? All over. Now I'm smiling already because this is 1. This is 1. Then here, in the denominator, we have got cos 55 times cos 35. It will be better to convert the cos 55 using co-ratios to sine 35. Then you have times cos 35. Once you do that, you have this. So, on the left-hand side, we have sine what? 70 degrees. So this is the one. So you end up getting, that's a double angle there. This one here, double angle for cos. Number 1. Yeah. Do you see that? Huh? So you will be smiling. So that will be cos 20 degrees was 10 times 2 all over. Here it's going to be a half times sine 70 degrees. Then you can convert either cos to sine or sine to cos. So you end up getting 2 sine 70 over sine 70. And your final answer will be a 2. Right? Okay, and then you are done.